All right, Shalom. I want to give our praises to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings to the elect of Yashala, which consist of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And blessings and salutation to you, Akim, out there across the four corners, teaching His word in truth and sincerity. Real quick lesson, as you can see in the title, man. I'm just reading the scriptures, and a situation came across, and then a couple of scriptures started popping in my head through YAHAWASHI. So I'm gonna just jump straight into it. This is Colossians 1:9. It says, "For this cause we also, since the day we heard it, do not cease to pray for you, and to desire that ye might be filled with the knowledge of His will, in all wisdom and spiritual understanding." Right? That's what I want to deal with, in the spiritual. Okay, because you can have understanding of things, but that spiritual like certain things in the scriptures is twofold. You know, um, the sacrifice of a lamb. You understand carnally. You understand why you sacrifice is to bear your sins, but the sacrifice of our big brother of Yahawashi, being that lamb as well, was to bring that mercy and that faith and that grace. That's the spiritual understanding of that. So that's why when the Lord spoke, He always, He brought up the Old Testament. Okay, that's what makes the Old Testament relevant. That's what makes it important, because the things that were written aforetime was written for our learning. So it had to come from somewhere. All right, but a lot of things was done. There were spiritual things done there too. I'm not making this an Old Testament, New Testament lesson, but there was things done that spiritually was done again, so to speak. Cause like I was just reading it. Let me see if I can find it right quick. Uh, yeah. This is St. John chapter 3 verse 14. It says, "And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life." So that was a situation that happened, and he said, "Hey, they gotta, just like they believed in that situation, they're gonna have to believe on me as that situation as well." So I didn't go into the situation and read the story, but that's why I don't want to speak too much on it. But I just vaguely remember it. All right, but the point of the matter is you have to have the spiritual understanding. A lot of people, lack the spiritual understanding because they try to dwell on the carnality so much. You know, but what does this tells you in Romans 8? Let me finish this Colossians. This is Colossians 1 and 10. 1 and 10. It says, I'm gonna go up to 9 a little bit. It says, "And to desire that ye might be filled with the knowledge of His will in all wisdom and spiritual understanding, that ye might walk worthy of the Lord unto all pleasing, being fruitful in every good work and increasing in the knowledge of the Most High." All right, so because you got everybody take that walk. Okay, everybody has to walk. All right, you either got the path of righteousness or the path of condemnation, pretty much. So if you have that spiritual understanding, of course, you know which path you're on. All right. So up in Romans 8, it says, there is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Hamashiach Yahushai, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. For the law of the Spirit of life in Hamashiach Yahushai hath made me free from the law of sin and death. For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, the Most High sending His own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin condemned sin in the flesh, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. Now this goes into Nicodemus. How he told him, that you had to be born again. You're like, what? I'm supposed to be? No, you got to be born of the Spirit. Okay, like the brother I was, was talking to me. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that the water, the physical baptism, but you still got to be baptized in the spirit, because being baptized in the spirit consists of being of the life in Hamashiach Yahawashai, because it frees you from the law, because you're not saved by the law, you're not justified by the law, you're justified by faith, and that faith comes with the spiritual baptism through Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, man. Okay, with the Lord being that sacrificial lamb. All right. That's why he had to shed his blood. Okay. He had to shed his blood to take upon the sins. All right. So we can have that mercy. We can have that last chance to prove to the Most High Yahweh that, look, I wanna be on your good side, so to speak. All right, but you can't be on the good side if you're going after the carnality. Okay, and I'm not just saying the carnality of the scriptures. That's in your walk, man. All right, which is about to get into it. It says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh. Now, what is that going to bring you with the flesh? There's weakness, there's doubt, there's infidelity, there's corruption. Okay, it says, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. So that's what we're supposed to feed off of. All right, that's what is supposed to be our life. All right, our life support is the spirit, because we live in a carnal world, right? We live in here it is. We gotta be going up the spirit is going with faith, man. Okay, here it is. We never seen the Most High. All right, we never seen Yahawah. Okay, but by faith we know that they're there. All right, of course, brothers and prayed and prayers have been answered and things of that. But that's why Esau tries to scientifically prove everything by his. It's not necessarily his science. I don't want to say his science, but just like science is different from the Most High. You know, the Lord created science. All science means is knowledge. If you have in science, when you go to chemistry, on how elements bond and do this and that, that's still of the Most High. But they try to separate the two. They don't give the Most High credit for creating everything. All right, and the wisdom in everything. I believe they talked about that in Sirach, the 24th chapter, man. Okay. It says, verse 6, it says, for to be carnally minded is death. Oh, Salaki, I skipped one. I skipped 5. It says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. Okay, I did get that. For to be carnally minded is death, but to Salakia, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace, because that carnal is what? It's going to bring death. And by way of, you're going to be thinking carnal, and then you're going to be enticed, and then you're going to sin, and then you're going to bring death, man. All right, as it, roughly paraphrasing what it's saying, I believe James, the first chapter. All right, but being spiritually minded is life and peace. That's what is going to happen. Like, you can have peace of mind knowing that you're in hell, but you know that sooner or later you're going to get out. You know what I'm saying? By way of a great deliverance, or sooner or later, your enemy is gonna go down and never rise again. Okay, putting a smile on Yahawah's face, for the most part, because you're doing their works. You're showing your trust in them, your faith in them, man. That's how you're gonna get that everlasting life. All right. It says, because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High. Because if you're in the flesh and of the flesh, you can't please the Most High. We all are in the flesh, of course. But if you're not spiritually minded, of course, you're going to, then you are of the flesh. Okay. Now this is the little situation that brought it to my attention. This is John 3:25. It says, "Then there arose a question between some of John's disciples and the Jews about purifying. And they came unto John and said unto him, Rabbi," and that was Salakia, "unto him, Rabbi, he that was with thee beyond Jordan, to whom thou bearest witness, behold, the same baptizeth, and all men come to him." Right? It says that John answered and said, "A man can receive nothing except it be given him from heaven. Ye yourselves bear witness that I said, I am not Hamashiach, but that I am sent before him. He that hath the bride is the bridegroom, but the friend of the bridegroom, which standeth and heareth him, rejoiceth greatly because of the bridegroom's voice. This is my joy, therefore is fulfilled. He must increase, but I must decrease." All right, so he basically like, look, man, you was there when I said I was, I was paving the way for him. He's that dude. I can't even loosen the latch of his shoes. All right, but the disciple, pretty much got carnal a little bit. Thought it was about the numbers and all of that. That's why it's not about numbers. It's not about, you got certain camps out here, they just recruit any and everybody. No, the Lord's want quality, man. Okay, that's why everybody's gonna have to go through this fire. Everybody's gonna have to go through the fiery trial so he can prove quality. That's why metals go through fiery trials to prove quality, to prove worth, all right, to prove the strength of it. That's why when it comes to gold, it gets mixed with a harder metal so it doesn't dent as much. That's if you want that. But when you want pure gold, all right, that's gonna be worth more. Okay, it's gonna be worth more because it's 100% pure, man. All right. So I just wanted to get into that lesson real quick based off the situation with John, where he remained, spiritual. Like, hey, my reputation is my reputation. His reputation is his. So with that, hey, call law, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings to the elect of Yashala, and blessings and salutation to you, Akim, out there teaching the truth across the four corners in truth and sincerity. Shalom.